Let's talk about something that can make or break your growth on Instagram, and that is posting reels that don't match your niche. This happens more often than you think, and while it might not seem like a big deal in the moment, it can seriously hurt your long-term strategy. And here's why. What happens if your reel doesn't match your niche? You guys, these are two likely outcomes. The first scenario is it flops. Your audience sees and it thinks, wait, this isn't what I followed you for. They scroll past, engagement drops, the algorithm pushes back, and growth stalls. The second scenario is it goes viral, but for the wrong reason. Let's say you're a ballet coach and one day you post a funny, unrelated video, like your dog doing something silly. It takes off, you get 3 million views and thousands of new followers. At first, this seems great, but then you go back to posting your usual content, ballet tips, coaching, insights, training sessions, and those new followers which have nothing to do with your dog or that video that went viral, they just vanish. They didn't sign up for ballet tips, they signed up for dog content. They unfollow, your reach tanks, your content confuses the algorithm, and your account stops growing. And I'm not being dramatic, you guys. This is a fact, and this happens a lot of times. I have people coming to the agency and they say, last month, before I worked with you, I had a video that had 3 million views. And now I'm working with you and I'm only getting 1 million views. And I always have to explain this. You were lucky and you had that one video go viral. And most likely, if you keep on posting dog content, then you're going to keep on going viral. But if you're trying to be a ballet coach and sell your classes online, then that has nothing to do with you, with your main goal, and that just doesn't work for what you're going for right now on social media. When something goes viral, Instagram starts categorizing you based on that content. So if your most popular reel was a funny dance or you walking your dog in the park, Instagram will try to push you to people who like dogs walking in the park, not people interested in ballet, in coaching, in your actual services. That's why it's so important that your content, especially reels, always ties back to your niche, even if it's creative or trend based. And it's okay to try new formats or trends, and in fact, that's a smart thing to do. But there is one rule you gotta stick to. Always connect it back to your core niche. So if you want to use a trending sound, great, but you gotta make it about rehearsals, about class, about stretching, about coaching a variation, or some dance parent struggles. So if you want to show a funny side, that's perfect, but do it within the word your followers came for. Because when your content is aligned, your audience grows with the right people, the ones who stay engaged and eventually convert. So a couple of things to finish up here. Every reel should reflect your niche, your offers, or your brand values. Viral doesn't always equal valuable, especially if it attracts the wrong followers. Use creativity to stand out, not to stray. And long-term growth comes from consistency, clarity, and aligned content. This is for you to think about. Before posting your next reel, ask yourself, will this attract the kind of followers I actually want to serve? If the answer is no, then you gotta rework that reel until it does.